Good morning, selamat pagi. Welcome back to God knows what session this is. This is my first try, first take. I'm going with it. And I probably have a lot of excuses behind my back on why I've not been recording the next session. But truth be told, I was just lazy, I think. I mean, I was busy, that's part of it. But at the same time, I had also a lot of opportunities to record another yapping session, which I did not take, but here I am. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be recording this regularly from now on. Maybe not, maybe yes. Depends on how this session goes. I can't even remember the number of the session. I'm pretty sure it's double digits now. I can't recall. I have my phone on my lap. I can check. Let me just go to YouTube and I forgot my username. My username is Igat. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'm very straightforward. Where is my videos? How do I check my videos? This is going great. View channel. There you go. I've uploaded a lot of non-Minecraft related videos on my channel, so it's a bit cluttered now, but I like it that way. A bit of variety, even though some of it is literally boring, which is my college recordings. This is number 14. I think that is not including my failed session that happened when I had COVID. I think that was when I had COVID. I can't recall. It was either when I had COVID or it was either when I was dying of my nose being blocked. It's one of them. I can't recall and I probably won't recall. So session number 14. It's not really a milestone. It's not proper number 15. I should have come back when it was number 15. I should have recorded until it was 14, going dark then and then coming back for 15. At least making it a bit more cinematic. But now this is just awkward. Coming back on a number as plain as 14, But what is not awkward is the thing you're looking at right now. Yes, this is still Minecraft. This is not an image. I realize I've not been moving. But you can see this is still a game. This is not pre-recorded. This is actually Minecraft. It is Minecraft with RTX. I am still on the realm. You can see here, players in Utopia. This is still the realm I regularly play on. And this is in fact where you originally start when you come into Babylon. And the reason I'm starting here is also partly due to my absence on YouTube, where Babylon might have gotten a slight small expansion. I can't recall what Babylon looked like last time I recorded. It might have looked completely different, or it might have looked the same or relatively the same. I can't recall, but I'm pretty sure. Let me check. When was the last time I uploaded? Oh wow, 8 months ago. I did not expect that to be that long. I thought it was at least like 4 months, 2 months ago, like that. Okay, maybe not 2 months, but at least like 5. Not 8, that's close to a year ago, right? This is a proper comeback. I probably have to make this special, but it is already special by me turning on RTX. And you are wondering, how did my computer or my laptop decide or can handle this amount of graphical power that needed? My English is already off the charts. Off the charts, that's a good thing. Down in the drain, yeah, that's a bad thing. But as I say that, there's literally a poster glitching in the background. That is in fact not me lagging. I think that's just a side effect of RTX. And there you go, it's fixed now. But my laptop is no longer being used for such recordings. I'm only using it now for college stuff or as a second monitor where I can play music. In fact, right now when I'm recording, there is no music being played. It's just the game audio. I'm probably going to add the music in post. And on my laptop that is on my my left hand side, I'm playing music that I'm listening through my earphones, so you guys won't be listening to it. So I can't really include the music that I'm listening to. If not, I'll get copyright strike immediately. So it's more of, well, I get to edit it in post. And by that I can get a few skills, getting used to Premiere Pro and such. And at the same time I can chill even more by listening to music that is not, or that is copyrighted, because you know I can't be listening to copyright free jazz 24/7. That is, as much as I like jazz, it just tires my mind just to continuously listening to the same track over and over again. Though to be fair, that's what I'm doing with my playlist every day. I'm continuously listening to the same song over and over again, and I'm already getting sidetracked. And now, instead of using the snipping tool to record my screen, I'm using OBS. I still don't have a second monitor yet. I'm probably going to get it next month. But right now, I'm hoping it's still recording. If it's not, I'm going to be damn sad. And I don't think I can check. Can I check? I'm going to take a risk and check. Oh god. Am I still recording? Yes, I am still recording. Okay, good. That was, as a professional, I should not have checked. I should have been sure. I should have had confidence in myself, but here I am. I don't even have confidence in what I'm speaking. And you might have noticed my voice should be a lot clearer, because I have a microphone now, a proper microphone with a mic stand. I'm not sure whether it is better than my IEM microphones that I've been using before this, but that IEM, I changed it up for another IEM that doesn't have a microphone. So now I'm using a proper mic. So it's a whole thing. Everything here got an upgrade except for another monitor. Actually, even my monitor, I think last time I was recording on the last time I recorded the Yapping session, I had a 24-inch. Now I have a 32-inch. Size does matter when it comes to monitor. I'm already getting sidetracked. But what was the subject before this? I was telling the reason to why I'm starting here, the beginning of Babylon. And the reason to that, after I'm not sure how many minutes of tangents, is because Babylon has had a big increase in buildings, and some of them are inappropriate for YouTube. You'll see what I mean more later on. If it was appropriate, I would show it, but it's a bit NSFW, if I could say so myself. So I have not built over it or built a substitute of it that I can show to YouTube. So I'm going to be showing stuff that I consider wouldn't be demonetized on YouTube, or at least I hope not. If it is, well, this video is going to go bye-bye. But with that said, let us take a look at Babylon, a 360 view look of Babylon. I won't go to every detail of Babylon, or every detail that I have updated in Babylon. I'll do that after I get the cover for the inappropriate buildings. To justify why I have the inappropriate buildings in the first place is because I'm heavily leaning on the cyberpunk aesthetic now. And if you played cyberpunk, you can see that the city is filled with these inappropriate ads here and there. And those ads somehow became a personality of the cyberpunk game, or the cyberpunk aesthetic in general. So that's what I wanted to replicate in my city, and I think I did a job where it can successfully demonetize my video, or not demonetize, get my video taken down. But let's see. Let's go to first person, and as you can see here, the room without the end rod above it is actually very dark. That is a side effect of RTX. If I break this, you can see it turns very dark very fast. So after I give the 360 view and go to a spot where I can't see those inappropriate ads, I will turn off RTX. I'll do another 360 round view, and then we'll see. And hopefully now, at least, with RTX on, it should be reaching around 30 frames per second. Without RTX, it may increase, it may not. I am not sure. But this new computer is certainly doing me well. Last time, even with the lowest render distance on my laptop, it started to lag out, a very visible lag. But now the frame rate is consistent. It is not high, but it is instead up to reasonable demands, I would say, if that makes sense. It's not like 10 FPS or 15 FPS or 2 FPS like that. Like 30, it remains watchable. Well, with RTX on. And without RTX, it should improve. And now my render distance is actually 12. I forgot I'm using speakers. Let me turn that down. Yeah, it's at 12. I'll probably increase it when I do the 360 view. And without RTX, I think I'm doing 18 at render distance. Although I can go to the max, I don't, since I've got no reason to. And I don't really have a reason to record in like 100 FPS or so on, because my monitor only supports up to it's a 75Hz monitor, 32 inches, and I'm happy with that. I don't personally like high FPS. I prefer resolution because I feel like high FPS just makes everything look artificial and slimy. That's a hot take for another video. And with that said, I think I've done my intro now. It's been a quite long intro. I can't see how long I have recorded anywhere here. Boy, I wish I had a second monitor to see OBS on my right or left hand side. But hopefully it has been a short time. Actually, I can keep track on my phone. It is 6:27 PM. Let me go to my clock. I said clock. YouTube, I said clock. I know I stutter sometimes, but I said clock. And let me start the stopwatch. And now I can see. Let me put that on my right or left hand side. Okay, it has been 6 seconds since I started it. Great. Now let us actually go on to the 360 view. Let me go. And right now with RTX on, nothing really seems to be, how do I put this, slightly impressive. Everything looks normal. Well, not normal, but boring. Let me open this door and introduce you to what Babylon looks like with RTX. Oh, it's raining. Great. Great. It had to rain. It had to be bad weather when I just started recording. Before I recorded, this place was sunny. You could see the sunlight or the sun rays shining down to the floor. Oh, great timing. Great. Let me close the door. And there you go. Bobby just comes along and smiles at us with his bloody smirking glance. My English is already falling apart at the start of the video. And it's been 1 minute. Well, at least on my phone. So let me, how do I avoid this? Okay, I'm gonna avoid the ads by going to the European district first. And you can already see how Babylon has really changed over the past, technically close to a year, 8 months. It's only 4 months away till, a year. So even the European district, I'm not sure. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure the European district already got the, the armor stance overhaul when I recorded session 13. And I'm pretty sure this is not new. But if it is new, well, this may come. Hopefully this doesn't overwhelm you. I mean, Shadow is probably my most consistent viewer, and he has seen Babylon's progress over the years. Yeah, so hopefully this doesn't overwhelm him or my other viewers, because this is a lot to take in if everything here is new. But what is certainly not in the previous video is the skyscrapers. Oh, actually, you know what? I like the rain. It really gives the feeling of a dystopian future. But you can see those skyscrapers in the distance. How they tower, or how they add. Is vertical straight or is horizontal straight? I can't quite recall. I had the same trouble before this. I'm pretty sure vertical is straight. I'm not going to bother googling it. I'm just going to say it adds the straightness in my city. I'm pretty sure verticality is straight. I'm going to go with that. It adds the verticality to my city, but it makes everything just looks huge. Like this building, before all of these, the skyscrapers, these other buildings built on top of it, it was just a sky. And sure, it may have looked nice, but it felt small. The only thing big was this particular skyscraper, the Corp building. And although that did a good job of making the buildings here look big, or look small, I mean, but with these other buildings added to this scenery, it just makes everything here look significant. Looks insignificant. Like this used to be the European district, now it barely resembles that. You can still recognize the European style buildings. Whether it's actually European or not, I am not sure. This is just how I envision Europe. But right now, with this clash of this clash of styles, it really makes this place feel unique and less empty. Oh, excuse me, I do have a bottle of water. I'm not sure whether it's cold though, so I can't continue the tradition of taking cold water every video, every session. I'm not sure whether this is new, but this area as well improved a lot. You can see the buildings or the skyscrapers extending straight to the sky, and the rain really highlights this. The fog here is beautiful in RTX. In this round we don't have nighttime, but this rain absolutely does a marvelous job at just making Babylon feel dystopian. It's basically my favorite weather, but to show off RTX, a daytime would be preferable to say the least. But let me just go straight. This also should be new to you guys. This how do I describe this place? A Victorian era marketplace. I did this place because I was inspired by a scene in Violet Evergarden, or the starting scene, if I remember correctly, where Violet was walking with Gilbert through a marketplace and she picked up a gem. And I wanted to capture that vibe, and I don't think I captured it. It feels small to say the least, and at the same time it's not surrounded with buildings, but it's not to say I hate it. I still like this area. I just wish I had built it a bit longer, maybe in that direction. But this area still is pretty cozy, and it feels like a branch from that realistic place, or not realistic, but those modern style of buildings, to this just marketplaces. It feels like a tourist attraction at an Asian country, where you have like buildings that are built by brick and so on, and at the end there's a beach and with a rows of marketplaces selling clothes, foods and such. And I still haven't finished building this. I've been putting it off for so long, but all the actual builds are in place. It's just, the interior, well, not really interior, but the shops, what do you call it? The shops selling items, not selling items, the shops, basically the shop style. Like both of these two shops are completed, these two shops are not, and I would want to add way more armor stands here, just to give it the crowded look of a marketplace. And going here, you can see I'm pretty sure I've built that skeleton that remains of a skeleton is a skeleton on session 13 or before that. Did I or did I not? I can't quite recall if I did not. This is another huge a huge update to you guys, because at that time my sort of vision for Babylon is that it's built on those ruins a hundred of thousands years ago. Those ruins that existed then still exist now, and my vision quite has changed. Well, while the statement I just said just now is still true, right now my city is being built up on top of each other. What do I mean by that is going back, or what do I mean by that? Oh, well, that's wrong English. To make you guys understand easier, you can refer to the Cyberpunk law or Night Cities law, where it is a city being built up continuously. It's being built on cities that has already decayed, already extinguished. And I wanted to have Babylon feeling the same way, where it's just being built upwards, on and on and on, outshadowing the city previously built underneath. And I stayed true to that, and I have built vertically for, I think, since the last yapping session, or maybe a few months ago. I can't quite recall when I started building vertically. Hopefully straight is vertical. If not, I'm going to seem like the biggest idiot on earth. And I think it's time to expand horizontally again. I think Shadow has advised me on this, because it's getting too tall and it's getting too laggy. We can't have visitors coming to Babylon and just getting to move an inch every 5 minutes. So I'm going to expand, or I've already started to expand horizontally. Progress has been slow since I've been running out of ideas. A lot of the buildings here are, well, not same, but getting overdone. Not really overdone. I'm not really sure the way to describe it, but not that. It feels like I'm building layers on layers instead of shapes by shape, if you get what I mean. I want the buildings to have more distinct shapes in the future. Well, I'm trying to do that, but every time I try, I just get a huge mess. And I'm not really comfortable into leaning into that mess, because I feel like it will become too different than the buildings already in Babylon. So until I find one, or I build one building that has a unique or distinguishable shape, only then will I try to lean into the messiness a bit more. But as if right now, I'm still sticking to my traditional building style. And oh yeah, that gravel area you just saw just now, I just passed by it without any explanation at all. And oh my god, finally it's daytime. I have been procrastinating by me talking to reach daytime, if that makes sense. I'm pretty sure I've been stalling for daytime. Yeah, that's the right word. But before I give the 360 view, this gravel area is supposed to be, I should probably get my spyglass so I can zoom in. Spyglass? Is it called spyglass? Yes, it is. Yeah, I don't have OBS. Let me actually. I was in F1, so I couldn't see my hotbar. And whoa. Oh my god. This is my first time using spyglass in RTX, and I don't think it works, guys. It's just showing me a black picture. That's not your computer glitching out. That's the spyglass. Oh well. Let me just fly that instead. So this whole gravel area is supposed to be filled with houses similar to this style, just stone houses with a really small interior, but the outside is not rich, but filled or cluttered. And I did this for a while, well, not really for a while, for a few 1 or 2 hours before I just got lazy and didn't end up extending it. But one day in the future, this whole area will be filled with these houses, and on top of that will be more houses filled or similar to this style. That's my vision of this. I got this idea from playing Path to Nowhere. I'm pretty sure no one knows about the game, so I'm not gonna bother expanding on that tangent. Just for me in the future, if I watch back, Igat, you got inspired to build this area from Path to Nowhere based on the Drifter Cap. And I don't think, or hopefully you do remember about the game in the future. Hopefully, because I've been meaning to get back into it, but I got too lazy again and I deleted the game instead. So well, that's that. So let us finally, since it is daytime, go for the 360 view of Babylon. And let me increase the render distance of this. Oh, 16. Let's just go to the max. I may drop frame rate. Oh, I certainly did drop frame rates. Oh my god, it's choppy. This is probably the frame rate I got when I was still playing on my laptop. And which is to say, this is still very good. Oh, it's getting smoother, I think, because it finished loading. Loading all the chunks. Oh my god, I should probably shut up and just show you all the 360 view. And behold, this is New Babylon. Basically Babylon 2.0. New Babylon. New Babylon. And oh, I'm just proud of the city right now. This is the Babylon I envisioned. It's almost perfect right now. The only thing that's making it not perfect is few texturing here and there. And that ad you see right in the middle of the screen, that big ad right there, is the reason why I have to, well, I have to be cautious when uploading to YouTube of getting the video taken down, because the video is gonna get or have the ability to get taken down by YouTube. And right now I feel like this is still okay, but I still have some stuff that I should probably cover up. And boy, like, I'm pretty sure in session 13, this huge, I should probably exit F1 so I can just point, this huge building here. Let me hide my hand. This hand is getting very distracting. How do I hide my hand? There you go. Oh, I thought it was turned on. That was weird. Okay, so now you can just see my crosshair. This whole group of buildings here wasn't present in session 13. I'm pretty sure that was the case. Even that skyscraper there wasn't present. All of this is new. Before this, it was just empty there. You could just see the sky. It felt like a giant hole was in that place instead. And here, that picture as well wasn't there. But I feel like me expanding vertically did take out that basically that valley vision that this big area once had. Like, it was just going down without anything blocking it. I kind of removed the ability to look at that so-called vision, and I am half happy, half sad because I can't see the vision. Mostly happy because by ignoring that fact, I get to expand vertically without worry. And let's move on. Over here as well, those two are new. These two are new. This area I think was present in session 13. 13. And this area, sort of the same, I think. I'm pretty sure when I recorded session 13, the Babylon was already covered up. That means there was no like weird holes here and there. Everything fully had a face to show. Not done, basically. Yeah, I would describe it as done. As another NSFW ad right there. All of this area is still ongoing, or basically has to be built, and it really seems small from up here. I just realized that when I'm down there, everything feels huge. And these two buildings certainly wasn't in session 13. These two buildings were not built by me. It was sponsored by Arcadia. And if you do not know what Arcadia is, it is Shadow City. His style of building is very unique compared to mine. And by him putting this here, it really feels like a proper city now, you know? It feels like a proper conglomeration. It feels like a proper combination of different styles that what I was hoping to achieve. And him putting these two buildings here really solidified that fact that my city finally gained the verticality it deserved. In fact, I'm pretty sure he made sure that the white building here was the highest building point, or the highest point in Babylon. I tried to challenge him, man, but he just used commands to make the building higher. Oh man, I'm still salty about that. One day One day I'm going to sneakily outdo him, make my building somehow larger. But at the same time, I don't feel like I should, because this building here is very what do you call it, government style, very corporate, and because of that, it really feels like the city has a commanding force, or not a commanding force, has that dystopian feeling, like this building here is in charge of the whole city, and all those bribery and such is going through this so-called group. I'm not saying Shadow accepts bribe or anything, don't take it the wrong way. Maybe he does, maybe he does not, who knows. Well, I certainly do take bribes, so because of that, my DMs are open anytime soon. And this here again, this section here, I wanted it to be fully grayscale. In fact, I can fly down. Let's not fly down just yet. I'm going to finish the 360 view and then fly down. This is the newest area I've been working on. I've been wanting to expand this way, and or at least fill up this square here, making a sort of a mini district. That building over there is a secret. It has an underground passageway that connects somewhere that I've been to recently. I'm not going to expand further on that since it's still a work in progress, a very slow one at that. I will probably connect these two buildings or these two segments somewhere in the future, and then after that I'll continue expanding vertically even more. But right now I need more mass, I need more land mass to actually expand vertically. And this area here also should be new to you guys. Nothing here should be, what do you call it? Oh yeah, there was an NSFW ad right there, so I don't think I can show that. So let's swiftly move on, but that area should be new to you guys. I may expand over there even more to get more landmass. I'm not sure yet, but for now that area there is done. And well, that's the complete 360 of Babylon, and I'm getting thirsty. And let me actually take a sip of water. I can actually cut out the segments that I'm drinking water in my yapping session, but I shall not. It has become a tradition for me to take sips of ice water throughout my yapping session career, you could say. And now it's not going to be any different. I'm going to drink water on camera. Well, not really on camera, you can't see me, but I'm gonna make sure I drink water every time from now on in front of my microphone so you guys can hear it. It's some ASMR for y'all. Our water is still a bit cold. It's not as cold as I was hoping for it to be. It is stuck in a thermos, so this water is a few days old right now. But hopefully that's okay. If I get food poisoning tomorrow, you know why. But upon second sips, or upon the second sip, you know what? It's a good temperature. It's not cold, it's not warm, but it certainly is cooling. It's not cold, but it's cooling. Gotta know the difference between that. And since I've shown you all the 360, I'm now thinking of what to do. I did not plan ahead. I want to avoid building on, you know, when it comes to Babylon, when it comes to me recording in Babylon, because I should probably lower down my render distance. Ray trace. Yeah, since I already showed you the 360, I might as well off ray tracing now. And I did promise to show you guys 360 in a non-ray traced way. I mean, what did I change just now? Did I change the render distance just now? Yeah, I did. Okay, render distance should be back to normal now, and boy, it is very different. Very different indeed. Everything is much more... Yeah, it's actually much more clearer. You can see the, you know, not details of the building, but you can see the color of the building really clearly. Like that yellow really pops out. Let's take a quick 360. I probably should get this over with soon enough, since you guys, I don't want to be repeating the same content over and over again. To be fair, I've been probably doing that throughout this yapping session career. And oh my god, I forgot I spawned the gas here. But all of this is still accessible in survival. You can there's a way for you to, albeit not a clear way, you can access this in survival. All of these new buildings, except for the vertical ones, of course. There's no interior in any of them just yet. Look, you can't expect me to build interiors, okay? I can't be bothered to build big interiors. That's my Achilles heel, if you could say. I like building interiors, but in very small areas. I remember me and Shadow, we went over to his city and we started building interiors for them, or for his city, and it was just fun, man. I really like building interiors for his city, partly because it's empty, and also partly because his skyscrapers can be segmented off in various different rooms, and that rooms can be small, can be big, and I can just leave the big stuff to him. But what we actually focused on is his red light district, and that's where I'm actually going to go now. That red light district still remains my most favorite part. No, that's not proper grammar. My most liked part of the city. It just feels cooling, you know. It feels nice to go there. It feels nice to stand in there and what's the word for it? It feels nice to stand in there and actually just chill without doing anything. I have maybe a few areas in Babylon where I can just stand still and just chill. One of it is this area here. If the red light district is my most liked part of the city, this is my most liked view from Babylon. This is the view I have on my lock screen for my laptop, and this is the view that probably has changed the least throughout my yapping session. I'm not sure if that's true or not. There's probably more areas that's changed the least, but this area, it feels cooling. That's a certain feeling I get when I see things I like, and it's that cooling feeling. And it's not particularly to things that are cold. It's just a feeling that I can't really describe. I'll probably touch on that later on, and I do have a video idea planned out that I'll explain. Sure, actually no, I'll explain now. I wanted to go into my Steam library and go through all of the games I played. Same like this, it's probably just going to be a yapping session, except it's not going to be Minecraft. It's going to be just me going through my Steam library, and everything is probably going to have a concrete topic that I can talk about, instead of me just, oh, let's put up Minecraft today and let's see what I can do. So I'm still debating whether I should do it or not, but I probably am, since there's a very specific topic I want to talk about when I'm talking about my games, or the games that I have played, and that is the cooling feeling that I just mentioned. A feeling that I can't really describe, a feeling that just makes me cold, not in a negative way. Example of this would be Cyberpunk and Katana Zero. Both of them are not really chill games, not really relaxing games by the definition, although you can play it as a relaxing game. But both of the games that I just described gave me that cold feeling that I really like when I'm doing anything, or when I'm experiencing anything. And why am I here? The red light district is not here. It is over here. Oh, this is also new. Is this done? Huh, I thought this was incomplete, but it's actually done. I thought I would have expanded vertically from here. Oh yeah, the reason I actually didn't expand vertically, now I remember, I want to cover up these ugly roofs that I've left throughout the city. Even this random building here, this is a very random building. It has no really reason to exist except just for a facade for the roof here. Like all these roofs, don't get me wrong, I built them in in planning for me to expand vertically, but I think I've left too much of these roofs planned out. No, I think I've left too much of these roofs spare, and because of that, there's just patches of ugly, ugly roofs throughout the city, and then just covering up here and there, and that these vertical buildings really help that fact. But enough of that. Let us go to my red light district. Oh, this is also this is also new. This is actually a recent addition. Last time it was, I think, azalea leaves just running through here, and I felt it looked quite ugly or messy. So instead I changed it to sort of like a drain with trapdoors surrounding both sides. And another reason why I actually did this is that you can see here this path is 4 blocks wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here as well 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you go here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, no, I probably shouldn't describe it as that. Let's take another roll. This middle path here is 3 blocks wide, while here it's 2 blocks wide. While building this whole area, I accidentally built this wrong. It should have been like 2 more blocks apart from each other. That way I can achieve the that same look that's here, continue to mirrored over here. And I didn't know how to fix this when I first discovered this problem, and it's raining again. I wonder if I turn on RTX if it's gonna break. I have this problem that I think is common when using RTX. If you turn on RTX again, okay, this time it didn't break, but sometimes if you turn on RTX again, everything is just be super shiny. Even like let me find a wood block. Even this trap doors here will be shiny and just reflects everything. Or oh yeah, but what I mean by shiny, oh god, I accidentally pressed my start key. But what I mean by shiny is like this. Everything is just reflective. It feels metallic, which I didn't really like, since everything just feels like butter. Everything just feels like a diamond. It's not nice. Probably a very wrong example, since diamonds are generally beautiful. But you get what I mean. You know, when you can't expect. Imagine you are living in a log cabin, and your logs reflect your reflection. How do you feel about that? It doesn't feel good, right? And I should probably lower down my render distance. 24, 12. Let's do 8 chunks since I'm going underground anyway. Like that, maybe I have. Oh, maybe not 8 chunks. If I play with 8 chunks, I can't see the end of the city. You know what? Actually, even though it's raining, let us turn back to fancy. Every time I turn on ray tracing, I'm a bit worried. I feel like my desktop is gonna explode. Even though my desktop is not heating up at all, it's taking this like a champ. Although it's a 4060, which I know is not a good graphic card among PC building enthusiasts. I know a lot of people really hate the 360 graphic card because the FPS to cost ratio is not really good, but I snagged it at a good deal, and I don't know, man. Everything is working well. I'm achieving 60 FPS when I'm playing Cyberpunk, and everything is at max settings, except for ray tracing. I do turn the ray tracing to low, and I still get 60 FPS. But at the same time, I'm happy with 360 with 60 FPS only, since, as I said before, I don't like high FPS. But maybe because I'm just not a competitive gamer. I know CS:GO players really like to get high FPS when they're playing. Now I can turn down my render distance. As I said before, I know FPS gamers or competitive players really like high FPS, like high frames per second. First person FPS. Oh, both of them. I just realized first person shooter and frames per second have the same acronym. Things just got more confusing. But enough of that. And I what's the right word? I prefer resolution over FPS. I rather play in 2K 30 FPS instead of 500 FPS at 1080p. That's just my preference. But at the same time, I don't play FPS. I don't play first person shooters, so I can't. My opinion is not that valid. But going back to my topic, going back to the red light district, I am not sure if the last time I showed the red light district it was this populated. But right now, with all those humans in place, this is just fabulous, man. Everything in this area feels majestic. Like, it feels like a proper lived-in city. Not lived-in red light district. Because, for one, throughout Babylon, the only people that you can see are the Steve heads, and excluding the NPCs, of course. Those are a whole different a whole separate story. The only exception is the harbor, the harbor area where you can see the piglin heads, but those are technically undercover Steves. They look similar enough, okay? That's not an insult to Steves. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to justify myself. But here, there are various species of people. There's creeper, there's piglins, there are what's this called? The Steves, there's zombies, and I'm pretty sure there are wither skeletons or so. And there's actually basically what's it called? Factions in this small area. One is the mafia faction, where they are They are They are wearing full black, and then we have the what's the right word for it? The Chinese mafia. I forgot the right word for it. In Yakuza, they are called the Liu Mang gang. I have played Yakuza 7 recently. I've tried Yakuza 0 before, but I installed it after 10 minutes or so, since I found it pretty boring. But at the same time, I only gave it 10 minutes, so I can't really say anything. Maybe because I just wanted my money back. Maybe that's why I refunded it. Can't quite recall the exact reason, but I recently played Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon, and boy, that was a fantastic game. Let me tell you. I still need to replay it though. I didn't complete all of the side stories. In fact, I skipped most of it because I just really wanted to see the conclusion of the story. But I'm going to start New Game Plus and experience it all over again, maybe in the future, 2 months or so from now on. And basically that area right there is supposed to represent the Chinese version of the Mafia. Not exactly as the one in Yakuza 7. There's a specific word for it. It starts with T, I think. I can't quite recall. Where's my phone? No, my phone is here. What is it called? Chinese Mafia. Tabian? How's it spelled Chinese? Chinese Mafia. Word. That's not how you spell word. It doesn't start with an E. Triads! That's the word for it. Triads, yeah, that's the word. This area here is meant to be the Triads area, and this, or the area that you guys are used to, is meant to be the Mafia's area, the Italian Mafia. And that area there, although the buildings are finished, none of the interior is finished, except for one building. I think the only building where the interior is finished is this. Yeah, this area is finished, but the armor stands, all the civilians and all are not in place yet. But that's not the only place where I have expanded in terms of this area. I've also added a bit of story. As you can see here, this guy here, Savanol, he plays a very crucial role in the law of Babylon. I'll explain that more in the future, and it really reveals one of the key secrets in Babylon. Did I actually reveal it in my previous sessions? I can't quite recall. I'm pretty sure I've said the same words when I'm recording the previous sessions, where I I was like hyping up the biggest secret in Babylon, but I'm not actually sure whether I showed it or not. I have to go through my footage sometime again. Not sure when I'm gonna actually go through my footage, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just show you guys. Even though I show you guys in the past, I'll probably just show you guys again. Then I don't have to check. I don't have to watch my footage all over again. Well, that's probably not going to be such a hard task. But enough of that. This here is the club, and the special thing about this club is, well, apart from everyone's naked, literally no clothes and no head, is that it actually connects to sort of a trafficking situation or trafficking crime that the Italian mafia is colluding with the triads. Is that the right word? Where the Italian mafia is working with the triads for this trafficking business to be successful. And although that just may seem like, oh, that's just your normal red light district story where it's a bit, you know, ruthless at times. The special thing about this storyline is that Shadow's district over in Arcadia has the exact same situation going on. In fact, if you go here where the trafficking is in process, oh my god, I'm sorry for taking your weapon, but if you go to Shadow's area, which I'll probably go to in the future when I have that whole world tour of not Arcadia or Babylon, of Utopia, I'll probably showcase some of everyone's worlds, and you can see here where all of these trafficking victims are placed. They are being transported by this tunnel over here, and this portal through law is connected to Shadow's portal over in his red light district. That's a very nice touch, you know, in terms of storytelling, that these two big cities are are working together for this very shady business. But of course, this tunnel is not really connected to his tunnel over there. I've still yet to build that tunnel, but maybe in the future I will. There's a nice little Easter egg, you know, that the tunnel actually exists beyond the nether portal. And other than that, I think I shall end the session here. I'm pretty sure this is a relatively shorter session. I've only hit the 30-minute mark, I think. Let me go check my phone. 41 minutes. Maybe this is not a short session. I'm not sure how long I spent talking before I started the timer on my phone. But until I cover up those NSFW ads, I shall refrain from, showing off Babylon even more. But I think what I've shown you, especially the 360 view of Babylon, gave you an idea on how much Babylon has changed over these past 8 months. And I'm very proud of that. It feels like I'm not really sure how to describe this feeling. Babylon finally feels cold. That's the right word I'm looking for, or the right feeling I want to describe. Babylon finally feels cold, and that I want to continue doing so. I want to continue make Babylon feeling colder and colder. And I still, for God knows, how to describe the feeling that I'm describing right now. I do not know why I describe the feeling as cold, but that's the feeling I just get. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels cold. It feels nice. I feel proud, man. And with that said, thank you for watching what is supposedly session 13, session 14 of Igat's Yapping session. The thumbnails are also probably going to change. I lost my previous thumbnail, so I can't really, what's the right word, create more thumbnails of the same nature, because I've lost that previous template that I've been always using. And to celebrate the comeback of Igat's Yapping session, you know what, might as well make a new thumbnail, right? It's probably not going to be anything special. It's probably just going to be just a screenshot and an Igat's Yapping session text somewhere on the thumbnail, but we shall see. I shall spend some time on that. Let me put on my pants. I shall spend some time on that, and hopefully, since I'm using OBS, the file size shouldn't be 30-50 GB anymore. Hopefully it stays relatively small. Hopefully the quality stays the same. Hopefully this mic quality has been good. I paid 120 ringgit for it. 120, 160? Can't quite recall. I think 120 from my friend. So hopefully it still says it's a good quality. What do you call it? It's a good quality mic. Hopefully the audio recording is suitable or is nice for you guys. I may tweak it when I'm editing in Premiere Pro. Who knows? Maybe yes, maybe no. But I will add music. Don't worry about that. If not, it's just gonna be awkward. Me talking, and whenever I pause, like I have an awkward pause, it's going to be a very awkward silence that is just filled with the game music or my saliva coming out of my mouth. That's a very vivid image that you probably do not want to imagine, but too late. It is in there right now, and because of that, I'm probably gonna what do you call it? Play around with the music here and there. I may add jazz again, or I may add some other music. I remember Shadow really liking the Valhalla playlist music. Not the Valhalla as in the Norse mythology, but Valhalla as in the game. I remember he really liking that soundtrack, so I may go back to that, but who knows, maybe I will, maybe I will not. So next session, promises. I will not promise anything just yet. It might be tomorrow, it might be next week, it might be next year. I'm never going to promise when the next session is going to be. It's just whenever I feel like it. But who knows, if by next session you see me tomorrow, then probably nothing has changed. I probably still have to not tour Babylon properly because of the ads. But if it's next week, maybe I can tour Babylon around properly. If it's next year, then it's either nothing changed if it's next year, or absolutely everything changed. I can't recall. If it's next week, then some things have changed. If it's next year, maybe nothing has changed at all. Who knows? Maybe it's not even coming out till the next decade, next millennia. Who knows? No promises here in Igat's Yapping session. And in traditional style, my face is being blocked by a zombie. That's not traditional. That's just annoying. And as in traditional style, I am delaying ending the video, and I shall delay no longer. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you guys in the next session, or hopefully the video will come out with no errors. We shall see. My voice is draining. I'm probably going to take another sip of cold water. I should not have tapped my mic. Not sure whether that translated over to the recording or not, but if you heard the light tap, I am sorry. But I'll see you guys in session number 15. I kind of forgot when I promised to do the world tour of Utopia. Who knows? But I shall see you guys in session number 15. It may be in 15, maybe in 20. Who knows? I've said who knows in 1 minute. I've said 2 who knows, or 4 who knows, or 5 who knows right now. 6 in 1 minute. That's going to be a record that can't be broken in a while. Well, I reached 47 minutes. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this comeback, and I shall see you guys in session number 15 of Igat's Yapping session. I really need to work on that naming sequence. Goodbye.